What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the B Team. We got Mikey Meatball from way down in Georgia.
How we doing, y'all?
Did you know that Justin Bieber, too, gets his peaches from Georgia?
I mean, everyone should get their peaches from Georgia, you know? It is the peachiest state out of all of them. Everyone should.
Dude, the lighting is brutal that we have going on here. I'm trying to, get rid of this window behind me. Both of us. You look like you're getting interrogated by police.
Hold on. Tell me if this is better.
I don't know. I think the other way was better. That way, it just kind of looks funnier.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is fine. This is better.
Bro, like one little old fucking light bulb, dark ass room.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
Dude, we've had a lot go on since we said bye to each other last week. I went to Myrtle. You went to Georgia.
Yeah, we got you know what? It's another step in the road for both of us. This isn't the first time, funny enough. This has been what, 3 times now this has happened?
Yeah.
So we get it done though. We make sure it happens. A little bit just for the people who are listening. I took a job opportunity and there is a 5-week training down here in McDonough, Georgia. The job will be back in the Lehigh Valley, so don't worry. I know you guys are gonna miss me and really question about if I'm ever gonna come back. I will be back.
He's a train conductor.
Yes. So it's been very interesting. It's very intriguing stuff. It's only my second day here. I came down Saturday, that'd be the 26th. I came down in July. Drove 8 hours, stayed in Charlotte that night. That was an interesting time for sure. Burnouts in the streets. It was crazy out there. Super fun though. Then that was an 8-hour drive, stayed the night, woke up, drove about 4.5 hours down here to McDonough. It's about 30 minutes south of Atlanta. It's interesting over here. I mean, it's hot, that's for sure. Like that southern heat is different. It is like it was 102 degrees around like 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock today. We were outside doing a bunch of things. It was like they had water everywhere, at all places. They had a bunch of water, so we're drinking a bunch of that. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been an experience so far, and I'm enjoying it. Learning a lot. So I still have another 33 to 34 days. So I got a lot of exploring to do. The Mets play down here in 3 weeks. They're going to be at Truist Park. I'm going to try to go there.
Yeah.
A lot of golf down here. I got my clubs. So yeah.
And we have one of the best golf ideas going right now. Two of the best golf ideas going right now. Like, what? What was that reaction?
It's that good of an idea. We cannot say it to the public.
Okay, but yeah, we can talk about the one.
Okay, deal.
But the one idea that we won't say is it's going to be incredible. People aren't going to be able to follow it.
I need to start looking because I'm thinking about doing it Saturday. Now, the question is, what time would work the best for Saturday? And I'm trying to distinguish that in a way where, I don't have any distractions and I can do what I have to do. You're picking up what I'm putting down. So we will talk about that off camera, but
it just needs to be a par 4 at the end.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great idea by Colin. I can't wait till it happens. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but then let's actually talk about the idea that we posted the other day that also is very good. Like we mistakenly might have started a huge battle between friends because you and I. So this golf league, we started a golf league, the B Team Invitational Open Golf League. Starting this next spring, April 2026, it's going to be 4 teams. So there's only 4 teams. So for all of you that get butthurt about these giveaways that we do with jerseys, and you're like, oh, why didn't you pick me? Dude, it's a giveaway. We put it in a random generator. Go get mad at ChatGPT if you're going to get that upset. All right? Yeah, you didn't get a Jalen Hurts jersey. You didn't get a Saquon jersey. Big whoop-de-doo, Penny Otis. God damn. But this league is going to be incredible, Mike. I really do believe that. I'm just going to break the news. Mike and I are going to play in the inaugural year of the league. We don't know if we'll play year 2. That is up in the air, but that is one spot already out the door. Then we had to put Big Roop and Pete in. They were part of this process of helping us come up with this league and getting it going. So really, we are looking for 2 teams for this 4-team league. Basically, the outline, I mean, Mike, the outline could not be more straightforward. We are just going to be putting out one match every week, essentially for 15 weeks of the year. And the matches are going to start being played in April. The championship will be done in November. It's going to be awesome. I really do believe that we'll have a trophy. The winner gets paid out a lot of money. Second place. I mean, should we talk about that real quick? Because should the winner get everything, or should second place get their money back?
You know what? I've always been like this, even in a bunch of fantasy leagues I'm in. I'm for, a second place runner-up finish, getting their money back. They put the time in and they get some type of reward for being the second best team. Obviously, first is going to get a chunk of, the money itself, but it's a lot, it's a lot of commitment. It's, you got to go to a certain course. You got to be on camera, the camera could be screwing everybody up at times.
So another part of this that I think has to be discussed is I don't think we have to play at one single course. It's a 9-hole match, but I think like if both teams agree to play somewhere and it works for us that we can get there to record it, I think that's perfectly fair. I mean, the easiest place to do these matches is the Bethlehem 9-hole, and that way it would suck, but or a late tee time at Bethlehem, because you and I then can kind of walk with them and film it, and there won't be many issues. I think other places to get a cart, we might run into some issues. But I think this league is going to go in a great direction. I really do.
Definitely. And I got to give credit to you for, getting that started up. And I think, for us, we didn't realize how many people would actually hit us up.
Oh, there's so many.
I know. So funny enough, I'm here in Georgia and I'm getting texts about it. And I'm like, here's Muller's number. He knows everything. He's got everything. Yeah. So thank you, number one. But there are a lot of people hitting us up, and it's going to be funny to watch it all unravel.
Yeah, dude, it's becoming a thing where I'm contemplating, I don't know how we should go about picking these 2 teams, because I mean, everyone knows what you and I bring to the table. We bring laughs and not great golf, but somehow we tend to win these matches. And Big Roop, Pete, same idea. We played them in a match. It's going to be the same idea with them. I think they had an off day when they played us, to be honest with you. But it'll be the same type of thing. I've had some texts from guys, aspiring pros, guys who are sticks out here wanting to be in this. I don't know if we can have that, Mike.
It would be one of those where, you do your due diligence on handicaps and we figure out if there are strokes to be given and whatnot. So that's going to be an issue. But for the fairness of the league, I think it is mandatory.
No, I agree. There's a part of me that thinks if we get these teams put together now, I think everyone that's in the league should have to keep a handicap from August through April. You should have to. And then that's how the beginning of the season, whatever the handicaps are, that's the shots that we're going to go with for the whole year, for the whole league.
And it's also everyone has 18 birdies. Everyone should at least have a estimated, handicap. It might not be very accurate, but if the people who are, going to be involved or want to be involved, if you're on 18 birdies, your handicap should be kind of legit in a way. It gives us a range of where you really are, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, honestly, we should make a group chat with the 4 teams, so it'll be 8 guys, and every time that someone plays, and there has to be a we are keeping the standard here. If you don't text your score and where you played every single round from August to April, I think we can kick them out.
Yeah.
Maybe not right away. Maybe not right away. That was a bit of a stretch. Maybe not right away. But we should have some 3-strike rule.
Yes, there has to be rules in place. This is something that we don't really see in the Lehigh Valley area. A league. I mean, yes, we see tournaments, but for a podcast startup that we have having a league, it's electric. And it's something that I don't think has been done in the Lehigh Valley area for podcast purposes ever. So,
dude, think about it. All these other podcasts, they have their their tournaments and their invitationals. You see the what's it called? The Foreplay podcast. They have their Barstool Open or whatever it is. Great event. But that it's like it's just a 1-2 day tournament, I think, and then the winner of each one they go and play a championship down in Pinehurst. Like this is everyone's going to play each other twice. You're playing 6 matches throughout from literally all we're asking from these two teams is to play 6 matches each from April to September. That's 6 months, 6 matches. You literally just have to play 1 match a month. Like we're not asking you to do God's work out here. And then if you're good, everyone will make the playoffs. So when we get to September, we'll have the playoffs through. I think we kind of broke it down where we'll play the playoffs in mid-September. So 2 matches in mid-September and then a championship end of September, October range. If we need to push it back to November, we can. I don't think that'll be necessary, but that's what the season's going to look like. And I really think it's going to be phenomenal.
Last thing here. I know with our previous matches that we've had, with Roop and Pete, obviously with Nico and Christian back in the day, we always had a policy where you have to use each other's shots one time.
Yes, that stands true. That stands true. You have to use each other's shots. Like we can't have. That's what I mean with some of these guys. Like I want to make it clear. Like if you're a stick, and you bring someone that's not a stick, this can't become a big dick competition where you're like, oh, I'm gonna go and try and shoot 67 against these guys on my own, or whatever it'd be, like 27 on my own ball, and I don't even need the partner, and the one guy's there for ride. No, we're not doing that. If you show up to this league, expect to play, even if you suck. Even if you suck.
It just makes so much sense, and like it just goes back to what we used to do. You used to be the guy where you're the driver. You got the long game, you got the short game too, and I just clean up with putts. It's a lot. It still can be like that, but those putts are very important. Where you have a 7-footer and you have the guy who hasn't had a shot on the hole and he misses a crucial putt. Way different ball game. So it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. We got almost a whole year to get everyone involved, to get everybody ready for the start of it, and we got a lot of things cooking, man. We got a lot of things cooking.
The exciting thing about it is like we're gonna be recording matches in April. Like the season starts in April. The matches begin in April, but the videos aren't gonna come out till May. So it's one of those things where there's going to be a lot of anticipation. These guys are going to have to keep some secrets depending on how many matches get played in April. Like if there's 5 matches played in April, that's 5 matches that no one can talk about until they come out in May or June. It's going to be I'm excited for it. It's going to be so fun, dude.
They'll understand how difficult it is to, not mention something that's super important to what we do, like my breaking 100, and then like breaking 90 on the way. Like there are a lot of things I got to hold my tongue about because it's just crucial to us and what we do.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. But let's get into some football. A lot has happened since we last recorded. First thing I want to get into here is, we had a scare, Mike. We had a scare. Justin Fields nearly lost his big toe. I think this is all getting pushed under the rug because of his toughness and fearlessness to get back out on the field right away. But the man almost lost a toe in preseason on day 2.
Can I just say something here? Like, what?
It's our podcast. You could say anything you want.
That too. You're right. The reporters blew it so much out of proportion where I almost started drinking at 10 a.m. right off the bat. Like Justin Fields apparent lower leg injury right off the bat. My first instinct was ACL, MCL, he's getting his leg amputated. Like you don't think as a Jets fan of anything positive when you hear or see something like that. I woke up and I saw that from the sleeper app. I'm like, oh no, like here we go. It has started. They're cursing. You signed Garrett, you signed Sauce. There must be a consequence. Let's injure your starting quarterback. So I'm on Twitter all day. Jets fans are, in a loophole of just stress and misery. And we come to find out that, nope, it's just an actual toe injury that he had to get carted off for. And number one, it was a weight off our shoulders. It was nice. But after that, thank God he's been on the field. He's been limited. He's still participating now. It was scary. But if you have anything to say, I wanted to talk about something else with the Jets.
Well, just think of a dislocated toe. That does kind of suck. Like, imagine your toe being dislocated. But also, how did this even happen?
He just got his toe got stepped on by somebody, whether it be a D lineman, a D end, someone like that.
That's kind of concerning me. You can't. I get my toe stepped on all the time. I don't dislocate my toe.
Yeah. Well, Kyle Long, the guard of the Bears, said it might not seem like a big injury, but it's one that lingers over time. So he's going to have to just battle through it. Like he's going to be fine. He's still going to run. When you have your adrenaline pumping like that, you're going to be fine. Yes, it can linger, but we still have about a month before the regular season starts. We'll maybe see him in preseason for a couple of snaps. That's his time to rest and recover. Yeah, should be fine.
All right, give me what else you got on the Jets, guys? I know you really liked what Aaron Glenn's been doing with the boys, so I want to hear
it. Listen, and this is not a knock on Saleh, but his energy, his press conferences, I haven't seen anything like it from a Jets coach since Rex Ryan. Not only is he killing every press conference, being upfront, being honest about what he's doing and how he's running practices. There's officials at every single practice. I mean, it's only been a couple of days now, less than a week. There's been NFL officials at this, or just set officials at these practices, because number one, we're the most penalized team in the league, pretty much top 3. You don't win games when you're not disciplined enough and you're getting penalties all the time. Makes sense. So number one, that's what he's doing.
Jerry Jones was going to do that, but then he realized he had to pay Micah and Ferg and all of them, so he can't afford it.
We'll get there. Because I got some things on that too. Number 2, full contact tackling, open field tackling. Like, this is old school hard nosed football. And if you remember the Hard Knocks, where Dan Campbell was, venting, like expressing as to why he was doing this, like, guys, like, you got to trust me. Like, this is why we're doing this. You got to trust me. Like, I would rather, regardless, I love what he's doing, because, you can't just expect to not, tackle hard in training camp and everything, and just expect once real time starts to just start hitting and getting ready. Like, they're getting ready now. They're going to be, and injuries will happen, and that's going to suck, but they're getting ready. One-on-one drills, offensive line and defensive line. Like, you see, when these college kids, like, they'll line up, everybody will line up. Then you'll have the left tackle and the right end just going at it 1v1. Like, you're seeing that from his drills. Like, it's so strange, but like, he's bringing that physicality aspect to the Jets, and it's awesome. Everyone's bought in. The fans are bought in. The players are bought in, and you don't see it anymore like that. And you know what? Credit to Dan Campbell for that, because he did that in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Look where they got to, and now you're seeing it with the Jets. I'm excited, man. I'm telling you, my hope is getting built up. Every single year this happens. Part of the cycle. We're over here. We're going 12-4 type of shit, and we'll see. I mean, maybe we'll break the curse. I really like what we're doing here.
Just to let everyone know what the curse is real quick.
The Jets.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. That's a good answer. It's not a bad
People
answer.
Should understand that.
No, absolutely. And while we're on the topic of cultures, I do want to say something about the Cowboys before we get into Micah Parsons and all that ordeal. The culture that's going on in Dallas right now, I mean, I'm convinced Schottenheimer is the guy. I'm convinced Schottenheimer is actually going to win the division and might be the guy that gets us over the hump. Like, I'm completely bought in. He has the cleanest apps. Everyone loves him. He brought a ping pong table into the facility. Guys are loving practice. He has Dak Prescott with 2 elite level wide receivers. I personally, hot take, Eagles fans, you're not going to like this one. I think Dak Prescott's going to be top 3 in MVP voting. Won't win, but I do think he's going to be there just because of the fact that it's a quarterback award, and he's probably going to lead. He was going to be what Joe Burrow was last year. He's going to lead the league in yards, touchdowns, and it's going to be a matter of, can his defense hold points off the board and let the Cowboys win some games, unlike 2 years ago when they decided not to do that against Green Bay. Now, Micah Parsons. He did something today that should get him paid immediately. So, rookie lineman was complaining that, it's too hard, being a pussy. I hope he gets cut. No offense to the kid. Hope you get cut. Micah Parsons looked at him and gave him the business and said, you think this is hard? This is the fucking NFL, blah, blah, blah. If you want to earn a star, you got to work hard, 3 times harder, but all that, like, vet move. Yelling at a kid, telling him to work harder. And that's coming from a guy who's all pro, basically considered to be the best in his position more times than not. Why is Stephen Jones out here saying stuff like Micah's got to want to get paid? Like, I'm sorry, Stephen, but if Jerry wasn't your dad, you wouldn't even be a COO or whatever the hell you are of the Cowboys. You wouldn't be that anywhere in the NFL. So how about you keep your damn mouth shut and pay the guy? He is one of the 4 players on this team that could probably win you a game by himself. He can easily do what Aaron Donald did for LA Rams and win an MVP in the Super Bowl. I believe that's true, correct? He did win the Super Bowl MVP that year. Yeah. So Micah Parsons, I think, easily can do that. He can repeat that type of feat. And you just got to pay the guy. Like, we're in a league where if you have elite players, you got to pay them early. And what does Jerry do every single time? He doesn't pay them. Look at every team that succeeds. They pay their guys. They get guys in the door early. Why do we wait? And no offense to Jake Ferguson. Love the guy. Dog. But why the hell are we paying Jake Ferguson any money this preseason before Micah Parsons? Micah Parsons needs to be paid tomorrow, yesterday. It's insane what is happening in Dallas, and that Stephen Jones comment just put me over the line. I'm so glad that Micah came out with this quote today at practice. It boggles my mind what happens in Dallas. But love Schottenheimer. I think we're going to do it this year.
That Jake Ferguson was an eyebrow raise, and it's nothing on him at all. I mean,
but it's only an eyebrow raise because Micah's not paid yet. If Micah was paid, right? If they paid Micah yesterday instead of Jake Ferguson, and then today paid Jake Ferguson, no one says anything because we're just getting the boys signed. But the fact that Micah isn't signed and you're throwing money at Jake Ferguson, who, let's be honest, he's above average, but he's not the best, right? So why are we rushing to pay him instead of this guy? We just rushed to pay a guy who hasn't stayed healthy for 2 years, right? Yeah, he's a dog. He plays through injuries, but he's still injured every year. And we aren't going to pay Micah Parsons? After Jerry Jones the other day comes out and says, well, you got to take all factors into account. You know, are they going to be on the field, blah, blah. You pay the guy who missed, 9 games last year with a knee injury? Come on, Jerry. What the fuck, man?
And that's the thing too. Like when it comes to durability on the field, but just I don't believe it's a concern. This is why his first 3 injuries that he had. He had one in I think 21, 22, and 2023. He missed 0 games.
You're talking about Micah. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
He did miss 4 in 2024, but guess what? Injuries happen, and a guy like that you can't let go. The one thing I think Jerry in his mind is thinking about is, does he want to be in Dallas? Does he want to play in Dallas? Obviously he has his own podcast. He's talking all over the internet. They're gonna look at that and they're gonna actually watch it and take it into consideration. But I still don't think that's the type of player that Micah Parsons is. He's there. He wants to get paid. He wants to be a Cowboy. He's seen the moves that Jerry actually has made this year. You're going to be able to afford him. You got around $32 million cap space. The salary cap is going to continue to increase. Why not just pay Micah? Get that done. Get that done like the Jets did with Sauce, with Garrett. That's an important player on your team. You can afford him. You got him.
Yes, absolutely. And all the comments coming from Micah's camp and out of Micah's mouth are pro Cowboys. He wants to be a Cowboy. He wants to be in Dallas. Loves Dallas. Like, we just got to give him the deal. Just give him the slip of paper, literally put nothing on the check and let him write it in. Micah's smart enough to not fuck the team. So why don't we just let him get his own deal done? Jerry, sign the bottom of it like you have to, and then send it off to the NFL court. Like, this is so simple. This is like, why are we blowing this out of proportion?
The magic number is $42 million a year. That's the magic number. He's going to get paid more than TJ Watt.
I'll gladly throw a little G in there. I'll throw 1,000 in there. If everyone throws 1,000, all the Cowboys fans, we can pay this guy today.
Yes. And that's the thing too. That's a guy that's going to be, you're going to have him for, another 4 years. You guys are in a good position right now. You might as well just keep spending. Isn't the goal to win a Super Bowl? You're good. You're the Dallas Cowboys, one of the richest franchises in all of sports. You're going to be able to afford these guys. You're merchandising. You're going to sell so many tickets. Like, there's so many things that is just going to generate you money. Give it to this man because he deserves it.
Mike, we are the only oil team in the entire world that doesn't spend money. Man City spends money. John Henry spends money. The Saudis spend money. Newcastle spend money. I guess that's Saudis. PSG spends money. Woody Johnson just got Crystal Palace. Close to the Saudis, spends money. Like, Jerry Jones is the only guy who doesn't spend money that's involved with some type of oil.
And nothing will change.
I need Saudis to come. I want the Saudis to come by Dallas. I'll be pro-Saudi.
Now we're talking.
I'll be pro-Saudi. I'll watch Live Golf to get them.
They won't even know what to do. They'll just trust any GM. If it's not Jerry Jones, they'll just trust him and just do anything they want.
Yeah. Dude.
Unfortunately, Jerry Jones still exists.
I hope, dude, he's never going to sell the team. He loves it too much.
Yeah, that's what keeps him alive.
But I think if the Saudis came in with a huge live type deal, he might sell. I just don't want Stephen Jones around. Honestly, I'm okay with Jerry at this point. Jerry Jones is hilarious. I'm at the point where I don't think anyone actually believes what Jerry says. It's just Stephen Jones and his face are so annoying. Like, I think every Cowboys fan can agree with me in saying that if they could punch one person today, it would be Stephen Jones. I would love to break his glasses and I would love to punch him in the face. This is probably going to get me kicked out. Like, I'm not going to be able to go to AT&T anymore. But, like, I would love to punch him in the face and then shake his dad's hand.
Bro, Jerry Jones' shelf life,
He doesn't have a long shelf life. No, the shelf life is thin, which is actually
where he's going to be there, and people are going to think that he's running the show, but he's actually not. And I think it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and that's not good. That's not good. But that's also, I think, brings us closer to having the Saudis come in and buy us. I think he's a little rat. I really do. I think he would sell to the Saudis.
That would be torture if he took over the team.
Dude, I think he's a rat, dude. I think he's the type of guy to sell his dad's team.
Yeah. After everything that he did and just, play golf and do everything that we want to do and everything that, rich people want to do all the time, become an elitist, that's exactly what he wants to do.
Yeah. God, I hate him so much.
Anything positive come out of the Cowboys camp?
Yeah. So Dak Prescott looks great. Guyton, ACL, intact. Positive. Yeah, Kalen Carson out 4 to 6 weeks as well. I forget what his was. But Dak Prescott looks really good. CeeDee Lamb, probably going to be the best wide receiver in the league. He's talking a big game. I fucking love that out of our wide receiver one. George Pickens could sneaky be also the best wide receiver in the league this year. He looks phenomenal. And then, dude, Jaden Blue, I think we hit. I'm excited for that. I don't like that Miles Sanders is talking a big game, though. I really don't like that. I think he needs to keep his mouth shut. He's talking trash on a team that the moment that they got rid of him won a Super Bowl. That's not great. That's not great, dude. That's not great. And then you went to a team and didn't win a single game. Like, we really can't have that. So I'm not sure where I stand on Miles Sanders, but Blue, I'm all in. All my chips are in on that. And then defensively, it sounds like we're having a great time. It sounds like Eberflus is getting the job done there, which I was nervous for. So, yeah, I think there's a lot more positive than negative. It's just when the Joneses talk, it's just so negative all the time.
I do have one negative on the Cowboys, and I saw a rep from a guy named Mozzie Smith, and I think it's time to pull the cord on him.
No, dude, I pulled the cord on him last November.
Yeah,
he was brought in to stop. Yeah, he was brought in to stop the run, and all we did last year was get run over every time he was on the field. Like, talk about a severe lack of awareness on your part to come in and be like, yeah, I'm going to stop the run. I'm going to be stopping Saquon. And then, like, honestly, I don't know if he was within a yard of Saquon the entire 2 games we played him. I don't know if he was within a yard of any running back in any game last year. That's how bad he was. It was really hard to watch. He had one game, I think it was like Detroit or Minnesota. But other than that, dude, miserable. Yeah, that guy's done. He's done.
If that was Tyler Booker, shout out to him because that'd be a really good rep for him. But I don't know if that was.
Tyler Booker's elite. Tyler Booker's elite.
A lot of good things from him in camp. Has to be.
I mean, nothing like massive. I think it's more like you're not hearing a lot about him, but I think it's because it's, we expect him to be that way. You know what I mean?
When you don't hear anything from offensive linemen, you know they're doing a good job because
Yes.
they're not doing bad. They're not doing bad. They might not be doing the greatest, but they're just doing their job. And that is the key. Receivers, you're going to hear running backs, receivers. You'll hear all the publicity on them. You'll hear everything, but you'll never hear someone unless there's a reporter that's reporting on them on someone's team for God knows how many years and actually watches and cares about that. Like Armin Membu is a guy. Him and Will McDonald have been going at it. And, Will McDonald has looked really good and has been catching him off guard. But even Connor, you said, per his source, was he's still, playing at an elite level. Like, it's not like he's getting outperformed every snap. Like, he's holding his own. And you're going to hear, when you hear those things, you know that you get a good player. Olu Fashanu, we haven't heard a thing about him. Yeah. He's probably doing fine.
Yeah. So I think both our teams did pretty well in the draft based on what we're saying right now. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. We got football on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, we have
the Hall of Fame game, something like that. I forget who's even playing it, to be honest with you.
I think the Lions.
Yeah, I was gonna say Detroit as well.
I think the Lions in Jacksonville, but I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. I think definitely Detroit. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about the Browns real quick. I mean, last week they tried to get Baker to give a comment on it. He said it's not his problem anymore. Love that from him. They also restructured Baker's contract today, which was smart. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about Baker this week. I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders and what is going on in Cleveland, because I think that we are at a point where the Browns really have to consider the fact that Shedeur's been the best quarterback at their camp. He produces the best, and honestly, he looks the part the best. Joe Flacco looks old. He's not going to be moving around a lot. Gabriel, I know you and I both liked him a lot. Good left-handed quarterback, but I just think he's not where Shedeur is in camp right now. When you look at statistically what they're doing, it's going to be really interesting what the Browns do at this position. Shedeur had a good couple days to start preseason. I know at OTAs and rookie minicamp, Gabriel was getting a lot of the snaps. Shedeur wasn't getting too much with the ones. But I know Gabriel is still playing solid. I just think Shedeur is showing more of what he can do, and he's producing within scoring touchdowns. I don't know if you have seen any of this.
Well, I know that on day 4, Shedeur, I think he went 9 for 9. It was a big bounce back. I believe day 3 didn't really have a good practice, but he went day 4, 9 for 9. I think he threw 3 tutties.
It was 9 for 9, 2 tutties.
Yeah. My thing is, we're talking about the Browns. The Browns have taken a massive step back. They gave Deshaun a massive contract. We all know about it. You do have Flacco there, and I know everyone is tired of seeing old man, sleepy Joe Flacco play football, but you also have 2 rookies who don't really, they've never taken a snap in the NFL level. I think the preseason is going to actually be very important for the Browns because you're going to see a lot of Dylan Gabriel. You're going to see a lot of Shedeur. You're going to see some Kenny Pickett. I don't think
Kenny Pickett got injured.
Just now or
today?
Today, okay.
Yeah, so he's kind of out of the picture for now.
So he's out of the picture. He's not going to get the starting job, but Dylan Gabriel's looked good. I mean, it hasn't been flashy, but it's been smart. It's kind of been like Tua a little bit, pretty much. Shedeur has had his days where he's been shit and where he's sometimes good, sometimes shit. But when you look at Flacco, he just gets the job done, and it's not pretty. I think a lot of it's going to be, O-line dependent. You're going to have to be pending on the O-line depending on how their play is. You have a lot of returning guys, and it's really going to come down to that and preseason. For Shedeur, it's being smart on and off the field, not getting speeding tickets, not, mouthing off on social media. It makes such a crazy, bad look in a way. Sometimes a good look, sometimes a bad again, but he has a chance. I don't think they should rush him, though. Like, if Joe Flacco is winning games, you're going to roll with Joe Flacco. If you guys are 1-5 at the start, then you change it up. But listen, they loaded up on defense. They're going to be a much better team than last year. Flacco's not the prettiest, but he gets the job done. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just keep the rookies aside.
So here's my thing with the Browns in talking about their quarterback room. They start the season Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings. It's an incredibly hard start. I mean, you look at the Packers, that's a team that they're always just solid. And Jordan Love was actually, I don't know if you saw on First Take today, Tannenbaum said that he was the best quarterback in the NFC. Let's pump the brakes there. But preseason-wise, they open up with the Panthers, and then they play the Eagles and the Rams. So they're going to be finishing preseason with two very strong defenses and well-coached defenses. The Panthers even are taking a step forward on defense and should be decent this year. I think that if Shedeur or Gabriel shows out in those games and shows that they can play at this level, at an elite level, and be very productive and protect the ball and do well, I think it might be worth it to throw one of them in the fire, the one that's playing better. And because what are you going to do? You're going to say, okay, Joe Flacco, go in there and play against the Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings, because you're probably not going to pull them in the first 5 games. So if you go in and you're like, go ahead, Joe, go play those games. You're going to go 0-5. Promise you that. The only game that's winnable there, in my mind, for the Browns is the Vikings. And that's only because J.J. McCarthy, I've seen a lot of stuff that he's struggling in camp. So I think it would be better for the Browns. Shedeur can handle this. He can handle the spotlight. If he goes in and they lose 3 or 4 of those games off the rip, I think he just brushed it off his shoulder and says, I'm a rookie, I'm learning, no problem, I'm going to go watch film. And he's probably going to have his dad in his ear saying, you got to go watch film. You really got to bunker down because we got to turn this season around. Because then you look at their next 5, Steelers, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Ravens. Those are winnable games. Especially for a guy like Shedeur, if he goes through that gauntlet to start and learns a little bit and starts to fix stuff and turn it around for that Packers, Lions, Vikings stretch, all of a sudden the Browns could start getting on a roll and maybe find themselves in a position where they're playing for second place. Now, personally, I don't think that's on the cards this year, but I do think that with Shedeur Sanders, I think that's their best option this year. I really do. And I saw a news flash thing that said the Cleveland Browns owner is high on Arch. Not a great look coming out of a draft where he took 2 quarterbacks. But yeah, give me your thoughts on that little gauntlet there.
On the gauntlet itself, I mean, again, it's an NFL. Anything can happen. I think.
Yeah, but do you really believe that if you put Joe Flacco in there, it's going to be any better or different than having these 2 guys play?
I mean, the thing is, we can't really. We're not going to know until we see these guys in preseason action. And again, they're going to be going against second stringers. They're going to be going against third stringers. The one thing that's really interesting about the Browns is I feel like they've really updated their defense to where, it can be a top 5 defense like it used to be a couple of years back. And that's key. When you have something like that, you want to put your best guy forward. The Jets have been through the same thing for years. Very good defense that don't know what they're doing, no answer at quarterback on offense. And of course they're going to try to win right off the bat. And I believe, you look at Flacco, and yes, you see just the type of quarterback he is, but hey, if he gets protected, he's accurate, he's smart. And I know it's boring to watch, but it's the truth. I mean, I've seen it. He played on the Jets. He played on the Colts. He was better than AR. There was multiple conversations going around about, do you start Flacco? Do you start AR? Flacco looked 10 times better than AR. Wasn't even close. And there's a 20-something year difference in the gap in the age. If Stefanski thinks that one of these quarterbacks is ready day 1 on week 1 to start and win, do it. Why not? Joe Flacco is there as a veteran presence for pretty much him to teach them. Who's it going to be, though? Is it going to be Dylan Gabriel? Is it going to be Shedeur Sanders? We won't know, and I really think, crazy enough to say it, I think preseason will determine it.
And listen, I agree with all of that. I personally believe if they think Gabriel is the guy, they should go Flacco. Because I think Gabriel can learn a lot from sitting there on the sidelines, whereas Shedeur, I think he's going to learn way more if he's just thrown into the fire. I think his time at Colorado, the way he was brought up, being Deion's son, I think it's better for him to know, just be in it. Just get it going and, have that confidence as, I'm starting quarterback in the NFL right now. I need to do this, this, and this. He's going to have his dad in his ear. So it's going to be an interesting situation there in Cleveland. I think in a year or two, they could be pretty good.
I think if you're talking about depth chart right now, I think we won't even go down the road. Well, week 5 it's going to change. For week 1 after the preseason, right now, I think it will be. I think Shedeur will take a step out over Gabriel. Even though I do like Gabriel, I think he's going to be a guy that they might just nurture and just let him learn because he does have the tangibles. Played at Oregon, he was very good in the college playoffs and just college in general. I think it will go Joe Flacco, and I think it will go Shedeur and then Dylan Gabriel. I think they are probably going to rush Shedeur more just because of who the person is and how he's been doing. Again, it all depends on preseason, but I think Flacco will get the start. Shedeur will come next, and then Dylan Gabriel. Happy birthday, Alexa! Or is it Liv's birthday?
No, it was Liv's birthday. It's all right. Get him next time, kid.
She'll appreciate that.
You know who else's birthday it is today? Dak Prescott. Happy birthday, Dak Prescott.
Happy birthday, Dak. You got it. Happy birthday. Here's George Pickens.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So, do we want to talk about the playful kiss?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So Christian Wilkins, I think he got released because of a smooch on the head that has been disrupting the locker room. This isn't his first time being a little suspect, by the way. He did this at Clemson. He did this on Miami, and now he did do it with the Raiders. Yeah, very, very strange. Very strange.
It gives shades of that Key and Peele skit. You know which one? Slap ass? Like, dude, everyone learned from that to not do that. And you just continue to do it. I don't know. We don't have to go down this rabbit hole. I just thought it was kind of funny. Like, the dude just can't stop smooching people on the forehead.
He's very playful. Like he likes to fuck around a lot. He's one of those guys that he has like an interesting character to him. He likes to have fun on the field, but I think it's just getting a little bit out of pocket. And
there's people you can do that to. Like, you can go up to certain individuals and yeah, you can smooch them on the forehead and you both will laugh about it, whatever. Yeah, but even in the NFL, I think there's guys that, they see the funny side of it. They'll be good. Like Travis Kelce, you could go up to him and like catch him off guard and he'll just be like, all right, whatever. But like, this guy continues to just choose the ones who are going to be enraged by it and want to punch him. Like, the guy just can't help himself. He needs to pick on those guys.
I give credit to the Raiders for realizing that, hey, we don't need this in our locker room. Boom, cut him. Like, they give him a big contract. It wasn't, some 1 year, $12 million deal. He got a big contract, and he is a good player when he gives a shit. But unfortunately, he was on Miami, and Miami was a joke at the time. And he's just been, it's been Miami and the Raiders, and we don't know what to expect for the Raiders. We can hop into them next week, but yeah, good move for them. I mean, it sucks that you just gave up a lot of money for him, but nothing was guaranteed, I don't believe.
Bring back John Gruden. He got fired for these reasons, for going, like, that's crazy.
Well, Petey's there now, so he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. All right.
Back in black.
Well, I got nothing else. Do you got anything?
Well, I know you mentioned Stafford. I wouldn't be really concerned about it. I think what Sean McVay is doing is smart. Like, it's not like he's going to need preseason reps or he's going to need team drill reps. Like, yeah, he might want to get more accommodated with Devontae Adams. Dude's an elite player. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's going to be fine if he sits out a year and comes back and plays and doesn't practice. He's going to be just fine. I wouldn't worry about it. I think what Sean McVay is doing is smart. Let him rest. Let him recover. His body's taken a beating over the years. So they're going to be a good team. They're going to be a really good team.
No, definitely. It's just like, it's concerning that, Stafford every year just feels like he's injured. And it's like, all right, he's starting off the season with a back injury. He ended last year with, I believe it was an elbow and a back. And it's just, how many more seasons, how many more games can he really go? I think, yeah, it's got to be the last season.
I'm convinced that this is really close to his last year. I think two max, and you know what? He's had a very good career. I think he's good. Crazy enough, he could be a Hall of Famer. You know, he could be another type of Dan Marino player where he's never won a Super Bowl. Huh?
We doing this right now?
Should we?
Dude, 100% this guy. 100% he's a Hall of Famer.
He won a Super Bowl. Jeez.
Yeah.
Dude, let alone he would be a Hall of Famer just from his time in Detroit, in my opinion. Yes. The toughness he had, it's not his fault his team sucked every year and they couldn't build a team around him. The coaching sucked too. It's clearly wasn't him because he went to LA and won immediately. I know that team was a absolute juggernaut, but powerhouse. But it's like, dude, the guy's unreal. One of the best quarterbacks we've probably ever seen.
The powerhouse of the cell. It's the mitochondria.
Yeah. That's well done.
Done. He is the mitochondria. But yeah, I mean, he's done it. I mean, he's had a very successful career. Now you're seeing him on, Bryson DeChambeau Golf Channel. I think when you start seeing shit like that, the end of the career is usually on the way. So I hope they go far. And I'm gonna say a hot take here. I think that defense is gonna finish top 3 in the league. No one's talking about it enough. And wow. I think they're superb. And they're going to get better, especially rookies like Jared Verse and Braden Fisk. These guys are legit. Both with the Florida State. Jared Verse is a problem. That's another guy we're going to look back from now, and he's going to be getting paid, Micah money at some point. So they're going to be a very good defense. Puka, Devontae Adams is there. Watch out. Watch out.
Yes. Well, all right, before we get out of here, I got one more thing that we got to go through real quick. It'll be real fast. I'm just going to run through their schedule. Shout out to the Hanover Township Memorial Golf Tournament. You guys are the best. Always great for us. Always great for us. We love you guys. But one person still thinks that I am wrong about the Steelers, and that is Mr. Donnelly. Mr. Donnelly, Todd Donnelly, I'm going to go through the Steelers' entire schedule again, and I'm going to tell you exactly how many wins they're going to get. Yes, last time I did say 3. Probably wrong with that. I'm going to go through again because now we've had a few more weeks. All right, so Mike, keep track of the wins for me. All right, last time I did this, they had 3. The time before that, I gave them 8, just to have that on record. All right. At the Jets, loss. Against the Seahawks, loss. At Patriots, loss. Versus the Vikings, Dublin game, win. Versus the Browns, win. At Bengals, loss. Versus Packers, loss. At the Colts, home against the Colts, win. At Chargers, loss. Bengals, loss. Bears, at the Bears. Chicago's favored -2.5 at the Bears. Pittsburgh's plus 105. Okay, I'm taking the Bears, but if Caleb Williams loses both of the first 2 games of the season, Steelers. Bills, loss. Ravens, loss. Dolphins, loss. Monday Night Football, Steelers aren't winning that. Actually, when is that? 12. Take that back. Win for the Steelers against the Dolphins. That game's in the middle of December. Cold night in Pittsburgh. Loss for the Dolphins. Win for the Steelers. Lions, loss. Browns, end of the season at the Browns. We all know what happens there. Jameis Winston occurs. He's going to come out of the clouds and win that game in the form of Shedeur Sanders. Browns are going to win that. Steelers, loss. And then Week 18, possible flex game against the Ravens. Ravens probably trying to push for a 1 seed. Maybe a 2 seed. Steelers, you're going to lose by 20. It's going to be a terrible game for y'all. I feel bad for you that you're going to have to watch that. So what are we at there, Mike?
4-13.
Well, I got you one more win. I found you one more win.
What's that?
No, I got to 4.
Yeah, you're 4-13. That's what I got.
Wait, is that 4 with the Bears game?
I marked it down as an L.
Okay, so it could be 5. Okay, so we'll go with 5 for Mr. Donnelly's sake. So 5 wins for you. So there you go. Good luck on your season. The Cowboys are definitely going to win probably double the amount of games as you guys. So will the Jets.
I love that you gave the Steelers a loss on the first week.
Absolutely. Justin Fields, he just came back from almost losing his toe. Come on. They could not write stories better than this. They're winning week 1. Love you, Mr. Donnelly. You're the best. You always support us by saying support us. You rip us and call us idiots, but we love you. Looking forward to playing golf sometime. Mike, you got anything else?
No, I don't. Nice to be back. We will keep in contact, of course, and go from there.
All right. Wow, you just turned the opposite way. Okay, there we go. You're back. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got today. Another episode of the B Team Down the Drain. Good hour. It was a great hour. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yes, it was. Like, follow, subscribe, people. Muller, we will chat. Thank you, guys.
Peace.